What's up, y'all? It's the boy Impulse again. Reminding you guys to drink some water because you gotta stay hydrated. So today we're gonna be talking about the rally legend Ken Block. And unfortunately, Ken passed away in a snowmobile accident on January 2nd, 2023, so right at the beginning of the year. So let's have a moment of silence for the legend, guys. Appreciate that, guys. Ken Block was born on November 21st, 1967 in Long Beach, California. His family moved from Long Beach to Escondido, California. So when Ken was growing up, he would become surrounded by a bunch of future skating pros. And eventually Ken would decide to move to Colorado to try to become a snowboarding bum, as he liked to call it. After his time snowboarding, he realized that he was limited physically and he wouldn't be able to make it as a pro. So he decided to return back to Southern California. So upon Ken getting back to California, he would go to school for design and he'd start making t-shirts for his friends. And one of those friends just happened to be Damian Way, who is brothers with Danny Way, who was a skating legend. Eventually, Damon and Ken would start a company called Doors Clothing, and Ken had to borrow $10,000 from his parents to help start up DC Shoes, that DC Shoes that we all know. And let me tell you what, that investment of $10,000 was something that nobody imagined, I don't even think Ken imagined, would pay off. So we all know DC Shoes would become a huge staple in the skating scene. They produced very good shoes that were durable and high quality, which wasn't very common to have in the 90s. The 90s was just skate with whatever you had and just put some more comfortable shoes on. No, DC made shoes that were comfortable to walk in and skateboard. They were really, really good shoes that they were making way ahead of the time. With DC growing as big as it did, eventually there was bigger companies that wanted to buy it and just take it for themselves. They decided to sell it to Quicksilver for $90 million US, which a lot of it was in cash, but most of it was in sponsorships that would later turn into a lot more money than the initial offering. So shortly after selling DC, Ken would eventually become a rally car driver just because he wanted to, just for fun. Like, this dude's just insane. You gotta love it, man.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
He would eventually become a driver for the Vermont sports car team in 2005, and that team would build him a Subaru STI. And as it turns out, this dude was a complete beast at rally racing. I'm not just saying that because he didn't win anything. He got a lot of podium finishes. He also won the Rally American Rookie of the Year. And then in 2006, Ken Block with his DC teammate, Travis Pastrana, would eventually sign a contract with Subaru, which would be the start of the Subaru Rally Team USA. So these guys were pioneers. Ken and good old Travis would also be competing in the first X Game Rally event, where he placed third, and Travis would end up placing first because Travis was no slob either. He was really good at racing too. The legendary Colin McRae also raced in this competition, and he ended up placing second. During this season, during the Rally American National Championship, Ken would place second, and Travis ended up taking first. This is when we start seeing the Ken Block that we all know and love. Around this time, he was very active around the Subaru community and the forums, and on the forums, he would post himself doing shenanigans, or hoon stuff, as would be something that's very important later on. So Ken would have posted his first gymkhana video in 2008, and basically what a gymkhana video is, is him just showing off his skill and running through a little like course of different things that you could do in a car. So like donuts, J-turns. It's something you have to see if you haven't seen it, but I'm pretty sure most of you guys have seen it, and it's just breathtaking to watch somebody be this skilled at driving. So Ken Block made 10 total gymkhana videos, and they turned out to be one of the most watched series in all of YouTube's history. So if that's not telling you something, then I don't know what will. But this guy is a legend in the automotive community, dude. It's just unheard of the things this guy was doing. So in 2009, Top Gear invited Block to do a little segment, kind of like his gymkhana stuff that he was doing, and so that turned out amazing. He also posted the second video in his series, the Gymkhanas 2, and it just was fantastic. Chef's kiss. That's all I can say. Is just,
hey, that's pretty good.
So 2010 was a big year for Ken. He ended his partnership with Subaru and decided to partner with Ford, so no more Subies. He would also start his own rally team this year, and I don't even think Ken knew what he was gonna do starting his own rally team. Like, there's no way he knew what was gonna follow. This team would be known as the Monster World Rally Team, and he would continue to make gymkhana videos, but he swapped out obviously the Subarus for Foresters, which eventually in 2012 he would rename his team from the Monster World Rally Team to Hoonigan Racing Division. So with Hoonigan Racing started, they would change so much about the automotive world. Like, I can't even imagine a world without Hoonigan now. Like, you see so many Hoonigan stickers on anything and everything. It's such a staple in the car culture, and I don't even think Ken knew what he was doing by starting Hoonigan. Like, their videos that they post just bring in such an audience. They're so big that they're in games like Forza, Dirt. They're everywhere. You go to a drift event, you see Hoonigan there, Hoonigan everywhere. It's amazing what this guy did. And with him starting the Hoonigan division, he would end up working with a lot of cars. And let me tell you what, these cars were fantastic. There's so many to list off. I can't even, bro. There's so many. So going into the mid-10s, he would continue to race and continue to make gymkhana videos. And with each one of those gymkhana videos getting better and better, his social media presence would become huge. And with each gymkhana video that would come out, he just become more and more of a hero to the automotive car culture. This guy is an absolute legend, bro. He's co-founded DC Shoes. He was a rally car legend. He raced in one of the first events for X Games. It's just hard to imagine what this guy didn't do. Like, he started one of the coolest brands in the automotive culture, one of the most influential brands.
This motherfucker don't miss.
No, he's fucking good.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good.
In the heat of battle, he don't miss.
No.
In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
He continued to race, and he continued to get podium finishes. He would also do different types of races. Besides rally races, he'd do some Baja racing and some snow racing here and there. But this guy was just everywhere. Fantastic, dude. He was just an amazing dude. And unfortunately, Ken Block lost his life at the start of this year. And it was a very sad day, because not only did we lose a legend, a pioneer, and a visionary, most importantly, we lost somebody who was a wonderful person, who had a family, and was loved by many. Rest in peace, Ken Block, and you will be missed by the car community and more. Remember, guys, it doesn't matter how skilled or how trained you are, always drive safe, because you are loved and you will affect people's lives when you are gone. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a comment on your thoughts and opinions about the legend, and I hope you all drink some water, and I'll see you guys in the next one.